What is up, everybody? How we doing today? My name is Joe, aka Cool Runnings, and welcome to today's Wellness Minute. Today's Wellness Minute is protein bars and how to use them and be mindful of them. This could probably go for longer than a minute, but I'm going to try to keep it short. If you are considering supplementing your protein intake, or you are looking for snacks that support a higher protein intake goal, you can consider something like a protein bar. Now, you've probably seen a variety of protein bars at like large stores, small stores. You've probably seen the really um, basic, like if you're in the UK, you've probably seen the Snickers high protein stuff, like MedRx bars, clean protein bars. Like there is a dizzying amount of options out there. But when you're looking for some, consider these things, right? Consider trying to buy smaller quantities of a bar at first to see if you like it. So there are some websites, some protein bars that offer like variety packs. If you know that you like a certain brand, then try getting the variety pack. Even though it's going to be more expensive, it could keep you from buying a bunch of stuff that you hate. And usually you can save a little bit of money just by like buying like a 4-pack rather than a one. Oh man, there's so much to talk about here. Anyway, when finding protein bars, be mindful of the macros. Just because something has a lot of protein doesn't mean that it'll fit super well into your day. Or just because something says protein on the label doesn't mean that it actually has a high amount of protein in relation to the other macros that it has in the bar. So some protein bars will be like 240 calories to 280 calories, even higher, and they'll have like tons and tons of saturated fat or tons and tons of fats, which, like, if you're keto, that might work for you. But if you're just on a regular standard diet where you're trying to maintain a calorie deficit, you could be putting, at sometimes, depending on what you're working with, like a quarter of your total daily fat intake into one protein bar if you're not careful. So consider all the macros in a protein bar. I think that a really good rule of thumb is if it's anywhere close to 20 grams of protein and below 200 grams, or sorry, anywhere close to 20 grams of protein and below 200 calories, that's a pretty good split for a protein bar. So there are a lot of different things, a lot of different pieces you can consider with what your current nutritional goals are, but don't overly rely on protein bars because, as mentioned, they can be very, very calorie dense. And if you're having 2 to 3 of them a day, potentially not tracking them or potentially not getting other whole foods in your diet that you could be because you're relying on protein bars, you could be running into just some unintentional weight gain or unintentional overindulging on certain compounds. So I'm gonna leave it there. Today's Wellness Minute is consider using protein bars as a tool. Consider using them on the go, but don't overly rely on them as part of your nutrition strategy. Consider it as like part of your rotation.